Following is a brief introduction about the center, its history, mission, objectives, and an overview of the most important departments in it. Arab Medical Center, AMC, was established in the year 1994 under a royal patronage to be a major destination for patients from Jordan and other countries in the region. The Arab Medical Center consists of 145 inpatient beds, making it a medium-sized category according to international classifications, in addition to around 100 beds for daily cases distributed over many different departments. Since then, Arab Medical Center has expanded to include all medical specialties in a comprehensive approach and offered its distinguished services to patients and guests thanks mainly to its highly qualified and trained staff members, and the latest state-of-the-art equipment in an upscale atmosphere of commitment to the concepts of quality and transparency, with placing the patient and his health as a first priority in the ladder of interests. Patients are the basis and focus of the services provided by the center in the health and medical field. From them, the institution's culture, goals, and values stem to form a clear path towards providing the best distinguished health services to patients from Jordan and the countries of the region. The pivotal role of the patient in the development of all works, services and procedures is of paramount importance, which cannot be stressed enough by any means. Rather, it is rooted in the mission, vision, core values and motto of the center, and through the governing ethics and ideals for all staff members. The mission and vision of AMC is the pillars of the institution and is therefore preserved both in text and spirit. This vision and mission were the basis that motivated the adoption of a series of systems and ideals for the center, including our core values of sympathy and compassion, excellence, teamwork, continuous education, high quality and safe health care. Therefore, our motto went to be
نحن إليك أقرب.
The unique location of the Arab Medical Center is one of its most important advantages. It is located in the heart of the capital, among the most important areas, Fifth Circle. It is located in an area considered the gateway to West Amman, surrounded by luxury and prestigious hotels such as Sheraton, Vermont, St. Regis, Four Seasons, and Ritz-Carlton, thus providing medical services that are the closest to the residents of the western neighborhoods of Amman, with direct access to the heart of the capital via many routes, away from the congestion of the city center, as well as great ease of access for patients and clients. AMC offers medical services in almost all medical and surgical specialties and support services, which will be discussed in details later on. The Arab Medical Center was unique at the time of establishment in view of its building plan and structure that was based on major international hospitals' floor plans. Contrary to what was prevalent at the time of repurposing mundane buildings by converting them into hospitals, AMC, since its establishment, presented the idea that form should follow the function, and therefore the design of the whole building was not a passing idea but rather a product of this philosophy. The ground floor provides most of the services that patients, especially outpatients, may need in a coherent and comprehensive manner. It includes the emergency department, which is directly linked with special entrances to the radiology department, the laboratory department, the pharmacy, and the in-service clinics, in addition to the departments of patients' accounting, health insurance office and elevator accesses to upper levels of procedural departments and patients' rooms floors. This translates to comprehensive approach that limits the unnecessary movement for patients among other floors. The journey for inpatients, which may begin either from the emergency or from the admission office, moves in an organized pattern, from and to the required procedural departments to their rooms at their designated floors with ease and flexibility. The first floor contains almost all of the procedural departments, the operating rooms, catheterization labs, endoscopy unit, and the critical care departments, the intensive care unit, ICU, and the coronary care unit, CCU. The patient rooms start from the second floors up to the sixth floor in rooms with various stay levels, from the distinguished hotel suites to the first premium class, all the way to the second and third class rooms. The second floor also housed the neonatal and delivery department, which contains 3 rooms for delivery, nursery, and NICUs. The following are the most important features that distinguish each of the different departments in the center. Emergency Department. The emergency department is considered the first among all other ERs in the private sector hospitals in dealing with the high-volume number of daily cases of up to 300 cases per day. The department contains 19 emergency beds, 2 minor surgery rooms, 4 isolation rooms, and a 2-bed cardiopulmonary resuscitation room. The department has adopted the Canadian triage system for case classification depending on the severity and priority of the case. 3 highly equipped ambulances serve the unit, and a hotline to request ambulance service directly. Laboratories. The most important feature of the laboratories department at Arab Medical Center, in addition to the round-the-clock working hours for all laboratory tests, is the presence of a special unit for bone marrow transplantation supported by a special laboratory for stem cells, which is the only one in private hospitals. Additionally, the laboratory conducts a large number of special procedures, such as platelet apheresis and HLA typing for organ transplantation, and it also produces platelet-saturated plasma for cosmetic injections. Radiology. One of the most important sections in view of the presence of some of the most important medical equipment, the section includes Philips CT scan, a 256-slice tomography device, which can perform 3-dimensional imaging of all body tissues with very low radiation doses and high speed. Siemens MRI 1.5 Tesla for high-resolution and safer imaging. Various portable radiological and ultrasound devices that can reach the patient inside their rooms. Lithotripsy device, and most recently, the department got the World and #039's latest mammogram device for breast cancer screening and early detection from the Japanese company, Fujifilm's. Pharmacy. It is characterized by the presence of 2 outlets, a main outlet next to the in-service clinics, and the other inside the emergency department, in close proximity for patients at the ER. Additionally, AMC has the highest ratio of PharmD staff to beds among all other private hospitals. Critical care units, ICU and AMP, CCU. There are 8 coronary care unit, CCU, beds in separate rooms for each bed, with the ability of performing hemodialysis in some of them for patients at their beds, in addition to the presence of 12 beds in the intensive care unit, ICU, including beds with positive pressure isolation, for immune-compromised patients, and others with negative isolation, for contagious cases. Critical care departments provide an extensive and meticulous medical care, with a staff-to-patient ratio of up to 1:1, which makes it the most units with occupancy rate among other wards in the hospitals, sometimes reaching around 90%. Operation rooms and surgical services. There are 9 operating rooms in the center, including 4 theaters for major operations such as open heart, brain and spine surgeries, and they are all fully equipped rooms to receive all types of surgeries with the latest devices and equipment such as endoscopic surgery equipment along with the most advanced modern digital microscopes, and with high-efficiency sterilization unit to ensure high success rates with maximum infection control. On average, 25 to 30 operations are performed per day in the operations department around the clock. Maternity, neonatal and AMP, delivery department. The second floor is the center of the maternity and neonatal department. It contains 3 delivery rooms, 23 nursery beds, and 8 NICUs incubators for premature babies with intensive care around the clock. The floor has been completely renovated as an update of all facilities to receive expecting mothers in a special and festive experience that requires, along with careful care, special understanding of these special events. Catheter. It is one of the most important units in the Arab Medical Center at large, because it specializes in the core interest of the center, treating cardiovascular diseases, cardiac electrophysiology illnesses, and managing stroke cases. It contains 2 catheter labs of the latest and most sophisticated equipment in the world, and highly qualified staff members with cumulative and distinguished experiences and competencies in this field on a global scale levels. It is also an accredited training center for top international medical equipment manufacturing companies such as Siemens and Boston Scientific, to train medical personnel and staff from other countries in the region. The unit witnessed many pioneering procedures, which was featured in top international medical journals and articles, and to this day many of the most advanced and complex procedures are carried out there around the clock. Endoscopy. The newly renovated unit has 3 endoscopy rooms, and it is one of the leading departments in the region, as it witnessed many advanced procedures, such as the endoscopic sleeve gastroplasty, among other conventional endoscopy procedures, and along the ability to do ultrasound imaging from inside the digestive system. In-service clinics. Located at the ground floor of the center, the clinics host most array of specialties with practicing panels of the most distinguished doctors in their different fields. It is in a direct contact with the pharmacy, laboratory, and radiology departments to ensure the provision of a comprehensive service with seamless and smooth workflow. Hemodialysis. It is one of the departments with the highest occupancy rate of up to 100% over time and has about 15 beds equipped with the latest dialysis devices. Doctors working with the department are among the top practicing nephrologists in the country. Vision correction and LASIK unit. The unit is specialized in the various types of vision correction operations and procedures, supported with the latest devices and equipment in the field of ophthalmology medicine. It is also supported by 2 specialized ophthalmology clinics inside the in-service clinics department, along with an optometry examination clinic. Inpatient care. Comprehensive care for inpatients, whether it be hospitality services, which include, but not limited to, food and beverage services, cleaning, laundry, nutrition, etc., or medical healthcare services through the most qualified and trained nursing staff in the country, at the first lines of care for patients on their beds, is the core activity of the center to bring around alleviating the burden of sickness from patients and providing them with the best levels of quality and attention that are among the requirements and advantages of this care in the center. IVF. In vitro fertilization unit is the one of the most recently renovated unit in the center. It serves people from all around the region with the utmost levels of trust, confidentiality, professional, and comprehensive services. With the highest rates of success on a global scale, the unit prides itself also with the newest technologies employed, and the huge cumulative experiences of its staff members. The unit enjoys separate entrances from the main building of the center to secure extra steps in preserving privacy to its clients. The therapy is designed for couples after an intensive and comprehensive study for their medical history, which could be intrauterine insemination (IUI), conventional IVF, intracytoplasmic sperm injection (ICSI). Lots of services are available which help in improving success rate, especially in repeated failure patients, repeated miscarriages such as assisted hatching, embryo glue, and genetically assessments by pre-implantation genetics diagnosis, PGD. The center also provides the solution for male who suffers from severe infertility by extracting sperm from epididymis and testes with intensive assessments and DNA fragmentation test. The unit also specializes in freezing for oocyte, sperm and embryos with such a high survival and success rate. The lab is equipped with the most up-to-date equipment, especially the newest, unparalleled and first in Jordan, the ESCO MIRI 2 incubators, which play a major role in increasing pregnancy success rates. In the end, we thank you for listening and we wish you success in your work with the family of the Arab Medical Center.